And Mirror now caught up with the real and the real-life actors of the biopic Kaun Pravin Tambe, now which narrates how Pravin Tambe defied all odds to create a mark for himself at the age of 42 when most cricketers retire. Let's listen in from the man himself as to how he felt when he first saw the film.
When you saw the film and you watched Shreyas play you on screen, on the silver screen, how did you feel inside? I mean, what was going in that heart and head of yours?
Actually, maybe I was in quarantine with KKR that time, so I couldn't go to watch this movie before it released. So I have seen that movie first time with my KKR's players and staff. When I'm watching that movie itself, I never thought that Shreyas is playing that role, actually, to be honest. I saw myself on that screen, and I was so emotional after watching that film. When they were asking me some questions, I couldn't answer also, because I was emotional. The way Shreyas played that role, I never thought that Shreyas is playing that role, actually. I have seen myself in that role. And that brings, emotions and tears in my eyes after watching this film with my fellow mates, So, yeah, it was very emotional, and there were no words to express the way, Shreyas played that role. The whole film, I was watching me and the whole characters, those who have played my family members' role. They did a very good job, because I have seen each and every crew of that movie as my friends and family, because that movie doesn't look like, it's a movie. It's like my real life I was watching on TV. So it was really emotional for me after watching that movie. And I couldn't speak actually after that.
Wow. So Pravin has, those good words for you, Shreyas, and this is, again, at the cost of repeating myself, one of the best compliments that you possibly are receiving from the man you have played on screen. He's saying that you are the best person to have done that on screen. So how does it feel now that it's happening live? You can hear him say that. How would you respond to it?
It's the biggest reward an actor can ever get. I think nothing bigger than that, because when I started shooting for this particular film, the only thought in my mind was to make sure that Pravin feels proud of the film and the performance. So that was the only thing that kept nagging me, worrying me, concerning me every time with every shot that I was doing. That how will Pravin react to this particular thing when he sees this? Because it's a huge responsibility. It's going to be there for life. And it is his life that we are portraying on screen. So it better be justified, more than anything. So I was a little concerned. And like Pravin said, that because he was in that bio bubble, so he couldn't watch the screening with us before the release. But his family was there. And his wife, I went and I asked her, that aap bataiye aapko kaisa laga, and she was also very emotional. She was in tears, and she said, no, I loved it. And then I of course saw Pravin after the screening of KKR, which we got those videos of, and then I called him the other day, when I said Tambe kaso watla, and he had just finished watching it again, all over again, and he was emotional again, and he said, I loved it, thank you so much. And I didn't see you on screen, I saw myself, and that, I guess, for me was the biggest compliment ever. It cannot get bigger than this, because this film is going to stay for life, right? And our kids, his kids, his grandkids, everybody's going to watch that, and they need to feel proud about the fact that whatever their dad, their grandfather, whatever he's done.